Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Wrestle With This Podcast. Last time it got a little heated.
Yeah.
But
some of us have some dirty diapers, I guess.
Yeah. So we're going to try to avoid another walkout this time. But we are going over the Thanksgiving tradition Survivor Series.
Who will survive?
Let's go.
Not you.
I'll let you do the honors, read the card.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, on the kickoff. By the way, I'm D. Kyle Wells. You didn't do the whole intro.
I mean, I think they
who
kinda
we
know
are.
who we are.
They might not for new viewers out there.
Peyton Payne.
The Kyle Wells.
Anthony Mueller.
The so-called baby, Adam Mueller.
We got a kickoff match here. It is for the WWE Cruiserweight title. The champion, the realest champion in the room. Bada boom. How you doing? Enzo Amore. He will defend his title against Kalisto.
Enzo wins.
Yeah, I agree. Enzo is the realest champ in the room. He'll have no problems defeating Kalisto. But my biggest thing is, who's next
Well,
to challenge Enzo?
If we get a piggyback with the cruiserweight belt, which I don't see happening, Kalisto should really face the new guy they got up. Which is, I don't know.
I was gonna say,
Who's the new guy?
I'm going to say, just because I want to see him get his shot, because I think he's the guy that should have won the Cruiserweight Classic, I want to see Grand Metalik get a title
That's who I
shot.
was thinking of. Sorry. Brain fart.
Leave it to the host to fix the problem.
I think Hideo Itami is going to get the
What
call
would you
up.
say?
Hideo Itami
NXT.
from
NXT.
NXT. I think he's.
Okay.
I think
You
he's
said
going to.
Adio.
No, Hideo.
Hideo.
Isn't it Hideo?
Hideo Itami.
Hideo, tomato, potato. He's going to get called up from NXT, and he's going to be Enzo's next challenger. Bada boom!
Realest guy in the room.
So I think, I say Enzo, you say Enzo, who you got?
I say Enzo.
I really don't care. That's all I gotta say. Other than, yeah, maybe Enzo retains. That's just because he can't really wrestle in the ring anyway. So I
Who you got?
don't care. But
You
Enzo
don't care.
retains.
Moving on. What's next?
The next match is the Intercontinental Champion, The Miz, representing Team Raw versus...
It's our first brand warfare match.
It is.
Yes.
Versus the United States Champion, who successfully retained his title on SmackDown Live, defeating Sin Cara, the Lone Wolf, Baron Corbin.
See, now this is an interesting match, and I always like these matches where they pit heel versus heel, because you never really know what's going to happen or who's going to win. And the promos leading up are always good, like it has been on social media.
It's like the battle of the tweeters.
You know, so this is an interesting match. I'm honestly shocked they're doing a heel versus heel match.
Do you see a no contest in this match?
No, I think it's going to end. There's going to be a winner.
There'd be a winner?
Yeah.
I'm going with The Miz. I think The Miz is going to be awesome. And he's been on fire.
Yeah.
His
I
promos
agree.
that he's been cutting have been absolutely muns.
And it's about time he gets his time to shine on a pay-per-view for a victory. Like, the past couple pay-per-views, he's been in matches where he hasn't really been shown what he is capable of. Mm-hmm. So this would be a good opportunity to beat Baron Corbin from SmackDown, who's been kind of lackluster lately. So I'm going with The Miz because it's awesome.
The hottest thing going on Raw right now, the most awesome wrestler, promo dude going right now on Raw. Yeah, The Miz wins to me.
You okay?
Oh yeah.
You just kind of acting
I think
It is a little cold in here.
I think he's cold.
It's just a little cold.
He looks cold. He had to show
making
off
sure
those,
we don't gotta call an ambulance or nothing.
He had to show off those
Oh, no.
guns. That's why he took off his sweatshirt. So is that a clean sweep?
I'm gonna say Corbin.
Ooh, okay.
I'm
This is interesting.
gonna say Corbin because I think don't get me wrong, I love The Miz. The Miz is one of my favorite guys on Monday Night Raw. However, and if I was going to pick the guy I want, I'd pick The Miz. But I think Corbin needs the victory.
Yeah.
To help his character and to help his
To help
development.
him, to build him as a dominant guy on SmackDown. And let's be honest, and this is going to get into, I'm not going to say what I think is going to happen later in the show, but SmackDown needs a victory, and I think this is the match they're going to give SmackDown the victory with.
Okay.
It could throw everyone for a loop if he did.
Yeah.
So, Adam, Anthony, yours truly, The Miz, and you are the lone pick for the Lone Wolf, Baron Corbin. We good on this one?
We're good.
I think
All
we're
right.
good.
That takes
What
us.
was that?
Well, I'm going to need that for Wells Mania. I recycle, come on.
You mean the spoiler site?
Reduce, reuse.
Yeah, by the way, if you don't follow Wells Mania on Twitter.
For all your spoiler needs.
I mean, I
Please
successfully,
watch Wells
I
Mania.
successfully predicted way before it happened, and you can go back and check the timestamp. I successfully predicted that because there were no LED lights surrounding the Monday Night Raw ring, that somebody was going through the ring, and that's exactly what happened. Braun Strowman slammed Kane through the ring. I predicted it. Go check Wells Mania if you don't believe me. Shameless plug. I don't care. I'm all Frank Gallagher over here. Shameless.
we're in cahoots.
Yeah.
You better plug us on that show.
I will. Oh, absolutely. Hey, by the way, big
'Cause
things.
if you don't, we're going to raid your show. and
Big
destroy
things
it.
coming with
Raid.
the Smash Mouth Arena Wrestle With This guys are going to be on a future episode of Wells Mania. You don't want to miss that. Enough of my show. Let's get back to this one.
Obviously.
The women will be in this next match. The Raw Women's Champion, Goddess Booty Meat, Alexa Bliss.
Sexist!
Facts are facts, ladies. Pig! Versus SmackDown
Notice
I
how he
saw
didn't
it.
say
I had something
in-ring
in my chest.
skills.
Women's Champion, newly
Notice how he
crowned
didn't say
SmackDown
in-ring
Live
skills.
Women's Champion, Charlotte Flair. Woo! She beat Natalya on SmackDown Live to become the new-
Five time.
Actually, it's six-time
It is
Women's
six-time.
Get it
Champion.
right.
6 times?
But that is why I'm here and he's over there. I tell the facts. He's fake news.
That's why he plugs his own show on
Alexa
another
Bliss.
podcast, which he shouldn't do.
Alexa Bliss representing Team Raw.
Don't plug us.
Going up against, it's all about cross-branding, bro. You still got a lot to learn in the marketing division. You'll get there one day.
Oh.
Amish Paradise.
You don't
But we
market your
got
own show
Raw
on
Women's
another show,
Champion Alexa Bliss representing Team Raw. She's going up against SmackDown Live Women's Champion Charlotte Flair representing Team SmackDown. Who you guys like in this one?
Charlotte's going to
Charlotte.
The Queen.
Woo!
SmackDown.
Woo!
SmackDown will only win a couple matches, and this is one of those two.
Charlotte should squash Alexa. Only way Alexa wins is if Nia Jax helps her, and then Nia demands a title match because that's what Alexa Bliss promised her. But then reneges the next night on Raw, and then pretty much Nia starts destroying Alexa.
Okay, I can see that happening.
I've got a crazy fantasy booking in this match.
You know what, real quick, just because he does a lot of fantasy booking, so I'm going to go ahead and just announce it because I want to do it. We are going to start, at least me and him, are going to start a fantasy booking podcast where we will fantasy book anything from the past, present, and future. So if you have any ideas, leave them in the comments, and we will book it fantasy style.
Absolutely. It's a great idea.
It's a fantastic idea because I just came up with it.
I
Of course.
co-sign.
It's going to happen.
Co-sign.
Soon.
My fantasy booking, and this is, get ready for this because this is pretty cool. I think that these two are going to put on one hell of a match, and they're just going to beat the living hell out of one another. And honestly, I don't think either one of these women is going to survive because Fabulous. Yes, Carmella. Out of nowhere. Nobody's expecting Carmella to cash in her Money in the Bank briefcase. And here is where it gets even trickier.
So you're
okay?
going to say that she's going to be
Good
the champion?
Lord, man. Let me finish my point.
So you're saying she's going to be the champion of both Raw and SmackDown?
She is going to pin both Charlotte.
That won't work, though.
But listen, hear me
That
out.
doesn't work.
Good Lord, these guys just never let me finish my point, especially that one over there. So both of these
Keep going.
women are going to have a spot where they like are both just down for the count. Okay? And instead of the 10 count, Carmella's going to come in and she's going to seize the opportunity. She's going to pin both Alexa and Charlotte Flair. Now, she will become the SmackDown Live Women's Champion because she's on SmackDown Live. But I think the visual point, having her also cover Charlotte, or I'm sorry,
Alexa Bliss.
she'll cover Charlotte because she's on SmackDown Live, so she'll become the SmackDown Live Women's Champion. But also covering Alexa and walking out with both titles.
And then she gets attacked by James Ellsworth and he takes the titles.
I don't know.
Oh
But
my God.
like I said, fantasy booking, that's what I would do just to shock
And
everybody.
then every fan who's watching the pay-per-view turns it off immediately.
because nobody's going to see that coming. But if I have to pick between, that's what I want to happen, okay? That's why I called it fantasy booking right off the bat. But what I think is going to happen is I think Alexa Bliss is going to win the match. If Carmella
you
doesn't
saying that
cash
because
in.
of her in-ring skills or because you like other
You like the
aspects?
boot, you like the biscuit booty.
He loves the biscuit booty.
I
that's
think
why.
Goddess Booty Meat is going to show that she really is the goddess and she's going to trump the queen. And I think
Queen's gonna reign
I think
supreme.
Alexa is going to defeat Charlotte.
No offense to the women, but I've spent too long on this topic, so let's keep going.
Moving on. Was I the only one that picked Alexa?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Anyways, the next match is
Let me do this one. The Shield versus the New Day.
Ooh, interesting.
This right here is a fantasy matchup. It's a match I've wanted to see for years. I am the biggest fan of the New Day. However, I have to say I am not excited for it. For the sole reason that it's because Roman Reigns just returned. They took a fantasy booked match and they've made it predictable in its outcome. There is no way the New Day win this match. The Shield will be victorious.
Yeah, I can attest to that because the booking and the build-up has been awful. Actually, there has been no booking or no build-up for it. It was just kind of thrown together. Plus, it was obvious when the New Day interfered in their tag team title match and Dean and Seth lost. So, yes, Roman's been out, of course, with an illness, so they had to kind of work that kind of in there. So, but yeah. This is so. I would have liked to see it be the Shield with the tag team belts, New Day with the tag team belts, and it be like those
Champions versus champions.
champion match, which would be awesome.
That's what it should
But
have
now
been.
we get like the basic. We know
Six-man
who's gonna.
tag.
We know who's gonna win.
We know who's going to win. And, like, don't get me wrong, I want the New Day
Yeah.
to win. I mean, if you're going to book the New Day like they've said behind the scenes, they've said they want to book New Day as the greatest team of all time. If you're going to do that, they need to win against the Shield. However, they're not going to let them win because they're fighting Roman Reigns, who just returned, and it's not going to happen. The Shield, in the end, Superman punch, spear, power bomb.
Done.
I think I'm with the other two right here, where this should have been the Raw Tag Team Champion versus SmackDown Tag Team Champion match, but we didn't get that. We just got an exhibition where the New Day were thrown to the Shield just to make Roman look good. So pretty much, yeah, the Shield's gonna win.
Sierra, Hotel, India, Echo, Lima, Delta, Shield. I got the Hounds of Justice defeating the Unicorns, the New Day.
As much as I would love to see the
However,
New Day
you know,
win,
I'm gonna give. I just thought of this. There's one way the New Day walks out of this victorious. One of the members of the Shield turns heel, and betrays the other two.
Ooh. I'm actually.
Which one?
I'm gonna counter real quick before you
I
reveal
love
who you
that
would like.
idea,
I
Peyton.
actually think the New Day will show signs of a breakup because
No.
on SmackDown Live, if you guys watched SmackDown Live, which I know you didn't because you were training in the Smash Mouth Arena right here, the New Day cut a promo where they were pretty much saying that their brotherhood will never end and nothing will ever happen to the New Day. And they kept just throwing out all these weird things you don't say if you're not going to turn your back on one another at some point. You go back and watch it and you will understand what I'm talking about. I got vibes that there could be a potential riff in the New Day, and I think we'll get our first taste of it Sunday, and I think that will be another reason why the New Day will not win. I don't think the three of those guys will be on the same page. The Shield will win ultimately, but just keep in mind, for you three guys and for all of you out there, all three of you watching, keep in mind the New Day might be coming to an end.
It could be a play or just a scheme for them just to make you think they can win. But more really than anything, I could see the Shield breaking up before the New Day.
Here's the thing. Breaking up the New Day, and we're dealing with WWE here, they do a lot of dumb things for a lot of dumb reasons, and they never, ever play it off in the end.
Mm-hmm.
Breaking up the New Day, please don't do it. We've seen that, other than Kofi Kingston for a little bit, none of these three guys can make it in singles runs.
That's not true.
It is true.
Big E has so much potential to be a future WWE champion, or if he goes to Raw,
Okay, but
That's the
Universal
smartest
champion.
thing Kyle said all night.
No,
right
but here's the thing. He does. All of them do.
yeah.
All of them do. But you have put your head in WWE thinking terms.
I try to do that every day.
Would they do it? And
I don't
the
know.
answer to that is no. They would not.
I-
So don't break up the New Day. The New Day should remain a team for the rest of their careers and go into the Hall of Fame together. End of story.
Yeah.
Like
That's
the Rock
how
and
it
Roll
should remain.
Express. Woo!
Going to my point for the Shield, if there's going to be a breakup, it is obvious Dean Ambrose turns
Yep.
heel.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Well, I'm going with the Shield to win this match.
Well, we're all going for the Shield because
Yeah.
we think it's obvious.
Clean sweep.
Yep.
Clean sweep. The next match is pretty much the opposite of what all of these guys wanted, because the titles are not on the New Day or the Shield. They are on, the Raw Tag Team titles are on the Bar. Sheamus and Cesaro.
We are the Bar.
They represent Team Raw. They are taking on the
Bar.
SmackDown Live Tag Team Champions, the Usos. And guys, I love the Usos. They are on fire. They're going to win this match. This is actually going to be a
The
really...
Uso Penitentiary.
As much as you guys wanted to see the titles on the Shield and New Day, I actually think that this match is going to be a really good tag team bout. But the Usos are on a roll. They're on fire. They're going to get the win for SmackDown Live in this tag team match.
It's not as much as I didn't want to see the Usos and Sheamus. New Day, it's everyone's personal dream to see New Day and the Shield go out for the titles, but
remember,
I
none
know.
of the titles are on the line.
I know what you're saying. I get
It's
I
going to
get
be a
that.
great
It's gonna-
match.
It's going to be an awesome match, but Usos, wow. I agree with Kyle. They have been on fire, and Sheamus and Cesaro will be welcome to the Usos.
And I agree. The Usos have been on fire. However, they're not going to win this.
Really?
No. Sheamus and you got to look at it. You got to remember, other than one match, all these matches are brand versus brand.
Right.
They have to split them to where both shows get a decent number of wins. If going off of what I said right so far, I've already said SmackDown has won two of them. SmackDown is going to win one of the 5-on-5s. This match for the champion versus champion is going to Raw. Sheamus and Cesaro are beating the Usos.
There's athleticism galore in this match, pretty much. Both teams are red hot right now, if you want to say it. Literally. Sheamus and Cesaro winning them back in the UK was shocking as well, with the New Day interrupting them with the Under Siege Part 2, if they want to call it that, even though they didn't really do anything. But this has the potential to be show stealer right there, if anything. Because when it was originally announced, everybody cheered the crap out of Seth Rollins and Dean versus the Usos like none other. And then they announced the other matches and we're like, we don't really, I don't know. Because you don't really know with these crowds and what they want. Some cheer, some don't. But that one got a real big pop, so I expect the tag team title match, really the champion versus champion match right there, to steal the show, if anything. So I got Sheamus and Cesaro.
We're split like SmackDown versus Raw.
Because the Usos will do enough to put over Sheamus
Yeah.
and Cesaro, but
And
Sheamus and
vice versa.
Cesaro,
But I
and
think
vice versa,
but
but
vice
Sheamus and
versa, yeah.
Cesaro will,
I think we
will
can all
win.
agree that this match is going to surprise.
Oh, it'll surprise a lot of people.
It's good.
Oh,
It
yeah.
should surprise everyone. It should be the match stealer of the night right there.
Moving to one of the first of the 5-on-5 traditional Survivor Series matches. This is the women's 5-on-5 traditional Survivor Series elimination match. And representing Team Smackdown Live is Becky Lynch, Carmella, Tamina, Naomi,
And some white girl.
and, well,
Some blank.
it was
Oh.
scheduled to be
Charlotte.
Charlotte,
Hey,
but
no,
since-
I got it.
Blanton's paint.
It's Paige.
Is it Paige?
Are you sure?
Because
We turn the page.
she's white.
not wasting any time. Their opponents, that is who's representing. We don't know. We'll get to that in
All
just
right.
a second. We
Yeah.
already have an idea,
Pale as-
but
Another human jar of mayonnaise.
so that's who's representing SmackDown Live. Team Raw is led by Captain Alicia Fox,
Crazy.
Nia Jax,
Crazy Fox.
Bailey, Asuka, and Sasha Banks. And before we predict who's going to win this match, you've already said that you think Paige is going to replace Charlotte Flair
Yes.
for Team SmackDown Live. What do you think, Anthony?
I'll give you 3 choices,
Not one,
Not
not
one.
two,
but 3.
three.
I'll give you, well, the obvious one that everybody will probably expect will be Paige, because she's supposedly supposed to return, you know. I don't know.
To a
But
symphony of chants that I cannot say here on the Wrestle With
Which
This
I'm
Yes.
actually really nervous because
Yeah.
Wow.
the WWE crowd can be pretty ruthless.
because with what
This
she,
day and age,
if,
you can.
if anybody out there knows what she did, she's very lucky to still be in the business.
I mean, this-
and even
this is not-
even in the
yeah.
company.
We'll
right
save
now.
this for a different podcast.
but we'll save that.
Well, let me give all of our viewers out there just some advice. If you're ever going to take a nude picture of yourself,
It wasn't just pictures.
wasn't just a
nude picture, man.
but if you are going to take a nude picture or a nude video of yourself, crop your head out of it. Make sure your
And
head's not
don't
in the
do it
picture.
with the
better
Divas
yet,
Championship.
if you're gonna film it-
do it, I mean, if
I'd
don't,
say delete
don't
it.
do it if you don't even think about doing it. But if you
Delete
have the itch to send your goods to somebody, make sure your face or something that can't recognize who you are isn't in it. I mean, if you get good reviews, then embrace it by all means.
Or
but
just-
if you want to protect your
No.
identity,
Let's
but that's just a little
But back to what I was getting
little
at.
Let's
PSA,
keep going.
PSA from the
who
Smash
are
Mouth
your
Arena.
other 2 choices?
But to get back to what I was saying, Paige is the obvious one. They could throw in Natty, who lost her title just tonight on SmackDown.
Well, on SmackDown
Or on
Live.
SmackDown, sorry.
We don't know when you're going to watch this
Yes,
episode.
exactly.
So we gotta not throw
But-
days out there.
Sometime this week.
If we're going to play in the fantasy world,
We love fantasy booking.
since somebody loves fantasy booking,
2 buddies.
why
coming.
not?
It's coming soon.
Why not maybe bring an old school veteran back?
And who would that be?
Maybe a Lita or a Trish Stratus.
If it's Trish, I will mark the F out because Trish is my favorite of all time. But that is some fantasy booking right there.
If not, but realistically, I think it's going to be Paige, even though it's been teased she was supposed to be on Raw, but she could go to SmackDown too now,
Yeah.
if anything.
Let's get
I think
down-
it'll be Paige.
Well, real quick, you think it's Paige as
I
well?
think it's Paige.
I agree.
I
I
think
think
it's
Paige is going to surprise everybody.
Let's just get right
in
down to
return.
it. Which team wins? Who wins?
I'm gonna say Team Raw, but I have a feeling that at the end of this, Bailey needs to turn heel.
Okay.
I think, and this is how I would play this out, Asuka will be the sole survivor on Team Raw.
Wow, he stole my point.
Not one, listen to this, it gets even crazier. I think not one single person on the SmackDown Live team should be eliminated. I literally think it should be the 5 women of SmackDown Live versus Asuka, and then Asuka runs through the entire
But you
SmackDown
have
Live
Nia
team.
Jax on Team
Well,
Raw.
Nia will get eliminated somehow. It'll be some sort of.
Nia will get made to look,
I mean,
look
they'll
dominant,
eliminate-
but then
look,
get
Here's what's
eliminated.
going to happen. If Paige does come back, I think a nice right off the bat would have Paige eliminate Nia, showing that, oh my God, Paige is back. and that's taking out somebody big. But my idea, no, Asuka's not losing. She's not losing.
The only way, I'm going to throw this out there, the only way she gets eliminated is if she gets counted out or disqualified.
Right.
That won't happen, though. I think
Or
Asuka,
the other 4 SmackDown
We're talking
people.
WWE here.
I think Asuka's going to run through SmackDown Live. Asuka will be the sole survivor, and she will get the win for Team Raw. That's my prediction. Asuka, the Empress of Tomorrow,
I'm gonna say-
can't be stopped.
I'm going to say, don't get me wrong, I want Team Raw to win. I want Team Raw to annihilate SmackDown. However, logically, if Paige returns, SmackDown wins this match.
I don't see
Wow.
Asuka taking an L. I really don't.
She's not going to get. They're going to
Yeah.
build her run as she's never been pinned or submit.
Yeah.
I just don't see her losing. I think she's the sole
I
survivor.
hope you're right.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, WWE, they're going to let SmackDown win this match.
Since Kyle stole my idea and we're thinking alike right here, right now on this.
Breaking news.
Wow.
We're on the same page.
For
Not that page.
That page.
I mean, she is single. And we're both single.
I mean, but would you want?
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd want it right now though. After that
Paige.
tape, but who cares?
I'll take
Anyway,
you out on a date if you're in Indiana.
to go off of what
next,
Kyle just
yeah.
said and made, even though he may have made the same point as me, and I agree with him on it. I think since you're building up Asuka as the dominant woman that she's been from NXT and now on Raw, she either wins this match or the final 2 that win for Raw will be Nia and Asuka.
Yeah. I just think something happens to Nia where she's not there at the end. And I honestly, if they want to make Asuka out to be the next best thing since Trish and Lita, having her just run through the SmackDown Live team, just really showing how
Or even just
dominant
even
she
if
is.
it's not 5-on-1, 3-on-1 is just as good too.
5-on-1's just me saying that
You know
would
what?
really be
I
powerful.
shouldn't do this, and I'd save it for the fantasy booking. But I just thought of something. They'd never do it. But God, this would be the greatest thing if they ever did.
I like where this is going.
Not Paige, not Natalia. Who was the other person you said? Trish Stratus.
Trish or Lita.
Not
Get
Trish
choked up
Stratus.
just thinking about
There is one woman who could beat Asuka and Nia Jax. Karma.
Oh.
Moving on.
Moving on.
Now that we've got that embedded in your brain, that takes us to the men's 5-on-5 traditional Survivor Series elimination match. Representing Team Smackdown Live is the captain of the ship, Shane O'Mac. He is also joined by John Cena, Shinsuke Nakamura, Bobby Roode, and Randy Orton. Team Raw, led by Captain Kurt Angle. Oh, it's true, it's damn true. He is joined by Braun Strowman, Triple H, the game. Triple H. Samoa Joe and Finn Balor. Who do you guys, by the way, this is a fully loaded all-star teams.
I love the changes they
It's
did. to this.
It is.
crazy
I love the
good.
changes they did.
Crazy good.
It is a fully loaded. I'm gonna do this a little bit differently because I know we're gonna go on for a while talking about it. And I really
Yeah.
don't like- we want to get it done a little quicker. So
speed round.
yeah, I'm gonna do some questions. I want rapid fire answers, and that's how we're gonna go through this match. Firstly, do either of the team captains make it to the end? If not, which of them gets eliminated first?
No. Kurt Angle will be the first one to be gone.
Okay.
I think both team captains will be there in the end.
No, both of them will not be. I think Kurt will eliminate Shane.
Okay. I'm gonna say that Angle gets booted first because I personally don't think that he can go as long as Shane, and I think they're gonna keep Shane around to do something crazy. So it wouldn't
Yes, they could.
that wouldn't shock me if Kurt gets eliminated pretty early on in the match.
But the beauty is he's got 4 other guys that can do most of the dirty work.
That is true.
And Kurt
Yeah.
can just chill on the outside, come in and do a spot, and then get back out.
that is true.
Right.
Let's go right in to another elimination. Who is the first man eliminated from the match?
Braun because of Kane.
I'm going to go Triple H.
I'm gonna go Bobby Roode.
I'm going to pull out a shocker. I'm going to say Randy Orton is the first one eliminated. How? I don't know. But he's going to be the first one gone. So, real quick, you mentioned Braun Strowman. Let's get into that. How does Strowman get eliminated from this match? I think we're all in agreement for how it's going to happen.
It's going to happen because, obviously, because of the feud with him and Kane that's been feuding for the last month since Kane's returned. But it's inevitable that we're going to get a Kane interference to cost Braun because those two are just going to beat each other up someday.
Braun is going to get eliminated via countout
Yeah.
because of Kane, and then they're just going to brawl. They're not going to be in the ring. They're going to be brawling the entire time outside of the ring. And it could even go to the back.
I agree with Anthony. I think that Kane is going to come in and Braun's going to get all mad at Kane, and then they're going to brawl to the back. And I think we're going to get kind of cutbacks to the locker room. Like the announce team's going to be like, well, we've got footage going on backstage between Braun and Kane.
Braun puts Kane in the dumpster?
I think something big's going to happen with Braun and Kane, but it's going to be a spot that we're going to see on the big screen in the back.
Here's my thing. I agree.
If you're there, obviously, at the event.
Yeah. Something big is going to happen between Braun and Kane. I think this time, though, if anybody watched Raw this past week, where Braun Strowman put Kane through the mat with a power slam.
Awesome spot.
Kane is going to get the better of Braun Strowman at Survivor Series.
Yeah.
But I'm going to say it doesn't go backstage. I'm going to say it's not a count out or anything. I'm going to say Kane will... he won't come through the ring because they'll need the mat for the rest of the match later in the night. So I'm going to say the lights go out. They come back on. I'm going to say Kane will pull out a shocker and tombstones the monster among men. The largest tombstone pile driver the world has ever seen will be enough to put down Braun Strowman for one of the SmackDown superstars to get the 3 count. Kane will walk up the ramp and laugh maniacally as Braun Strowman gets put down. So
That'd be a sight to see.
it would be. So, moving on, is there any dissension on the teams?
I can see Finn Balor and Samoa Joe, pretty much because that's a fresh, young feud right there. They had an awesome match that caused them to get both counted out, and Kurt Angle automatically named them both on his team because of it. And then they tag teamed up, but they're still may have thought, oh, they can work well, but maybe they don't. So that's where I see the dissension in the Raw's team is between Samoa Joe and Finn Balor.
This is going to make my pops happy because he has been wanting to see this ever since Bobby Roode signed with WWE.
Oh, really?
I think my dad is finally going to get his dream match come true. I think Randy Orton and Bobby Roode are going to have a dissension, a little tiff with one another. And they're going to, essentially, if they want to do this feud, they take each other out of this match. Like one cost the other an elimination or whatnot. But Pops, I know you're out there watching. Finally, you're going to get Bobby Roode
Mr. Wells, I hope you're right.
versus Randy Orton.
You can almost
At
supplement
some point in the future here.
You can almost supplement Nakamura for that one as well because of Orton and Nakamura tag teaming for a little bit if you wanted to do that. But I like your Pops' idea, though.
He's been wanting that. I think we might get a little taste of it.
That'd be a good new feud for Bobby Roode.
I like to see the feud deplete on the Raw side with Kurt Angle and good old COO Mr. Triple H.
Ooh.
I could see that happening.
Just because of what happened this past Monday.
I could see that happening. However, they're going to play into the thing of even though Kurt Angle is the team captain, I think Triple H is going to try to take command of the team.
Use his power over Angle.
Yes.
Yes.
But I could definitely see that happening. And a minute ago we were talking about countouts and DQs. It happens every year. Who gets counted out and DQ'd? Somebody's going to go out that way. You already said it, Strowman.
Yeah,
I agree. It's
definitely got to be Braun.
It's definitely Braun Strowman.
I'm going to disagree. I'm going to say it's John Cena.
Wow.
John Cena took a major loss at No Mercy against Roman Reigns. John Cena, I mean, he's Super Cena. The WWE loves him. They don't let him
I love you, John Cena.
He does.
They don't
he really
take,
does.
My boy, Cena.
They don't let John Cena get pinned very often, and I don't think a 5-on-5 tag team match is where it's going to happen. John Cena will get disqualified or counted out, and that is how he will be eliminated from the team.
Nice.
I hope not. But
And
I respect your opinion.
the final question I got: who will be the sole? Who will it come down to in the end? Who is the sole survivor? Which team wins?
Well, let me tell you something, Peyton. I've got a really cool way to end this match. I think the sole survivor of SmackDown Live will be Shane O'Mac. And the sole survivor of Team Raw will be Kurt Angle. And they both will go at it. They'll put on a nice little brawl there towards the end. And then all of a sudden, Kurt Angle will hit Shane O'Mac with the Angle Slam, just like he did on SmackDown Live. And he'll go for the ankle lock. And just when you think that Shane's gonna tap, he's not. Jason Jordan Angle, out of nowhere, he comes down and he just clocks his pops, and he costs Angle and Team Raw this match, and he helps Shane O'Mac eliminate Kurt Angle. Therefore, I predict Team SmackDown Live wins this 5-on-5.
I think you could see in this match a rehash of a prior WrestleMania match that had taken place where somebody got put on the map because of winning the title from another mega superstar. Not that mega.
I already know where you're going with this.
I think you could personally, I just think I can see Triple H and John Cena as the final members of each of their teams, and then I can see Triple H wanting to get revenge for the pin that he ate against Cena at a prior WrestleMania match.
But they've had a lot of matches, though.
They may have had a lot of matches, but
it's not just WrestleMania.
But the thing is, John Cena, even though he's technically still the guy around the locker room and for WWE,
He's the franchise.
he can eat a loss and still
Well,
be
clearly,
hot.
since
So
the last time I
that's
saw
the
him, he
reason
got beat
why
by
I
Roman
can say
Reigns.
if you want to use the new guys that you put in there, Triple H pinning John Cena can work.
So you're saying it's Cena and Triple H who you got?
I got none of those guys.
You got nobody on the
I
entire
got
match?
two guys that are ongoing, that are being good right now, and I got Finn Balor being a sole survivor of Raw, and Shinsuke Nakamura from SmackDown.
The future.
The
is what you got.
future, because we got an awesome match of Finn Balor and AJ as an attest of what the future is going to be like. So we get the future again with Shinsuke and Finn, but Finn beating Shinsuke.
Love that.
I
So Team
agree.
Raw
Raw wins
I think
the match.
we're all in agreement that it's going to come down to 1v1. However, and I agree with you, Shinsuke Nakamura will be the last man on Team SmackDown, but he will be going up against the game Triple H as the last man on Team Raw. It's going to be Triple H versus Nakamura, a dream fight between a legend in Japan
Yes.
versus one of the greatest of all
time.
time in the WWE. The guy who made NXT and one of the champions of NXT. The crowd is going to go crazy when it comes down to these two guys.
Yeah.
However, in the end, Triple H is going to beat Nakamura, and he's going to win for Team Raw. You're going to have something leading
Yep.
forward with the heels, and the Authority's coming back,
Yeah.
and they're coming back strong. Triple H is going to win this match, and honestly, if you look at every time SmackDown and Raw have ever fought each other, SmackDown almost every time has come out on top. It's about time for Raw to get a victory. It's happening this year. I can guarantee it.
Those are our predictions for the 5-on-5. Now let's turn our attention to the main event. And it is the Universal Champion, Brock Lesnar, versus the WWE Champion, the phenomenal AJ Styles. And I'm going to go ahead and give my prediction right off the bat. It's going to be a good match. These two are going to put on one hell of a fight.
Yep.
And there's going to be times where you think AJ's going to win, especially when he goes up to the top rope and he's going to aim for that phenomenal forearm,
He jumps on the rope.
only to be countered and caught in an F5 by Brock Lesnar. It's going to be so cool. The visual is going to be so cool. The phenomenal forearm countered and caught into the F5. Brock goes for the pin. 1, 2, 3. The Beast Incarnate is the phenomenal one.
As much
at
as I would like
Survivor
to
Series.
see AJ win this match, I hope, and what I really want out of this match, is that it leaves everyone's jaws dropped and pretty much is the main event that it should be. Because the other match that can steal the show is the tag team champions match. Other than that, but if you really want to make Lesnar look strong, he needs to go longer than 5 or 10 minutes.
He will.
And if you do that with AJ pushing him, that will get people more on board for Brock going forward and still make AJ look great in the end as well, because everybody will say, oh, Brock may have won, but AJ pushed the crap out of him.
AJ is going to look phenomenal regardless.
Exactly, because he will help make Lesnar look phenomenal in this match.
The phenomenal Brock
I mean,
Lesnar.
so
I
to be
wanna-
fair, though,
I would like to
Lesnar
see-
usually looks good anyway.
Yeah.
You know,
I liked Brock more in his earlier career when he could actually go longer in a match and not just give you Goldberg
I think he
2.0 right
can.
now.
It just depends on how he's
But-
booked. But that's
But I
a for
really
another podcast.
do want to see them go longer than 10 minutes.
I don't think you got to
'Cause
worry about that.
They can really do it, and if they do, they'll put on a show-stealing match, and it'll be a phenomenal main event, and I really would like to say Lesnar will win that in the end.
Adam,
As much as I would love to see AJ Styles win,
Adam?
though.
It's going to be a great match. It's going to be a phenomenal match because I think both guys are going to beat the crap out of each other.
take a shot every time someone says phenomenal, starting now.
And but I think AJ Styles is going to win the match.
Will it be phenomenal?
It will be too sweet.
Ooh. Peyton Payne.
I'm gonna 150% agree with you. Brock Lesnar is winning this match hands down. I don't see any way that AJ Styles walks out of Survivor Series with the victory. Styles, he can afford to lose. Lesnar cannot. Styles is going to put up the fight of him.
Lesnar can afford to lose too as well.
Let's make one thing clear. Both of these guys will be leaving still as champions.
Yeah.
Yes, they will.
So either one
Doesn't benefit the
either
other, yeah.
one can lose and still be okay. But I get what you're saying.
But Lesnar, more so than Styles, has to be booked like an unbeatable monster. And AJ Styles, he can be beat, and it will not affect him
Well,
because the fans
also-
I
love
mean,
him.
that's the thing. You just hit on a beatable scenario. If you have AJ beat Brock, I mean, I'm just saying, I'm not disagreeing with what you're saying, but what if you have AJ beat Brock? Doesn't that mean that all these contenders on the Raw roster mean that Brock is beatable?
No,
since
because
AJ beat Brock.
Because I think when the time comes for somebody to beat Brock, it has to be for the championship.
Okay.
Yeah. Brock, his gimmick has been, obviously, he's not been there. We have not seen the title be defended for quite some time.
Vince, make Brock defend that title at least
I like
once
that.
on
Hold on,
Raw,
hold on.
at
I like-
Brock
least.
he's a draw, and in order to continue to have that, big time feel, Brock needs to go over in this match. And AJ is a very credible
He's the
foe.
one. If he's the one that can put over anybody in the ring.
He's a phenomenal foe.
AJ is a phenomenal. Man, you're getting drunk watching this right now.
Probably.
But I get it. AJ's going to put up a good fight, but it's not going to be enough.
It's not going to be enough, so I'm going to finish
go
my
ahead. Sorry.
statement.
Sorry about that.
It's AJ. He's going to go for that forearm. He's going to get caught with an
The
F5.
phenomenal forearm.
It's going to happen. Lesnar is walking out of this victorious, and I mean,
Now, I will sit here and say this. I will be shocked if we get a totally different outcome where neither one pins.
that's not going to happen.
But you never. I'm just saying, you never know.
You never know.
You never know.
But I
with the
highly
thing,
doubt
we do know this is going to be a clean victory
It's going to be a
for
clean
Brock
victory.
Lesnar.
It's going to be. I agree. I think this match is literally nothing more than what they almost did with AJ versus Finn Balor. It's a match for the
But
fans.
that sold out TLC.
Actually, Anthony might be onto something, and he's not going to like who I'm about to throw out there. If somebody's going to get involved in this match, it's going to be Jinder Mahal. If they do want to go that angle of throwing
That's
a
what
wrench
I can-
in the
that's what I
plans,
said. I can
it's
see
going to
it.
be Anthony's boy, Jinder Mahal.
Not my boy.
But that I don't think they should do that. I think they should keep this between Lesnar and Styles and have Brock
I could see.
win
I
cleanly.
could see Mahal interfering.
Wouldn't it be funny if they do use gender, but he ends up costing Lesnar the match?
I think it'd be great if
That would be
Mahal,
funny to
Mahal
me.
and the Singh brothers got involved, and then AJ and Brock kind of look at each other like,
And then they teamed up for a little bit.
"What are these guys here?" And then they take them all out.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of
Whether the Maharaja interferes or not, Brock Lesnar's winning this match. I mean, I think end of story.
I agree. Brock Lesnar defeats the phenomenal AJ Styles.
in phenomenal fashion. That will do it for the Survivor Series podcast. Everybody's just going to have to tune in this Sunday to see who will survive.
Who will survive?
Which brand?
Team Raw or Team SmackDown. It's going to be hopefully a great pay-per-view. I always look forward to Survivor Series. And
Is this the first podcast where we don't pun the Undertaker? Because this is the 35th anniversary.
And on that note, tune in next time for another.
speaking of The Undertaker, fantasy booking podcast, ladies and
We're
gentlemen.
this close.
We're
This close.
We're gonna do it.
God.
Put them in the comments for whoever's watching. What do you want to see us fantasy
What if
book?
Undertaker interferes and AJ and
All
Brock?
right,
Let's
next
go.
episode of Wrestle With
That's his
This
job. What are you doing?
podcast. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this episode.
the hammer.
Enjoy Survivor Series this
the
Sunday night. Hit us up in the comments below. Peyton, ring the bell. Let's get the hell out of here.
Ring the bell, huh?
This is gonna be just like the Undertaker's entrance
Ah,
music.
jeez.
We'll see you next time.